Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Stasis Egg event. More specifically, how to obtain the various different eggs in the event. Now, before we get into talking about the eggs, there is something important that you might want to do before going egg hunting. If you go over to where the bulls spawn at, this area has a new section connected to it. This section is for the egg hunt event, and inside of this area you can find various different spots for the eggs to be placed into. Additionally, you get a very special item, the egg basket. The egg basket is one of the few special items during this event that are quest and player locked. Since this is a special item, I would recommend starring it so you don't accidentally drop it at all. The item is player locked, so only you are able to hold on to it. But there are a few other items during this event that are also player locked and quest locked. So just keep note of that when you're playing this event, that you gotta be extra careful when handling these items. On the topic of handling items, don't worry if your inventory is quite full. The egg basket makes it really easy to hold onto multiple eggs. You can store up to 64 total eggs in your basket by holding out the basket and clicking on an egg that's on the ground. If you do want to take an egg out of the basket, you can right click while holding the basket and it will open up a new menu where you are able to grab eggs out of the basket and place them into your inventory. Just make sure you do have some space to put it in your inventory at first. The current event has 12 main eggs that you're gonna have to obtain. Normal, blue, red, stone, wood, frozen spider, quartz, gold, cactus, cheek, and amethyst egg. All of them are gonna be up on the screen and they're gonna be color coded. The reason they're color-coded is because they're obtained in similar ways, a few of them. The normal egg, blue, and red egg all can be obtained naturally in the highlands. These eggs will randomly spawn anywhere around the map and you just have to battle them. They will attack you, so make sure you have a little bit of health. But don't worry, they're not too strong. They have about 40 HP and they're pretty easy to take out if you have a pretty good weapon on you. While we're in the highlands, there are two other eggs you can acquire, the stone egg and the wood egg. The stone egg is obtained by an obby course. Go over to the meteor site and continue running past it. You'll find a super obby course and it's really easy to do. Once you reach the end of the obby course, you will have to trade 20 stone to get the egg. As for the wood egg, this one's a little bit more self-explanatory. You just have to chop down some trees and you will randomly get the egg. For the next 3 eggs, we're gonna have to actually step inside of the dungeon. However, the frozen egg can be obtained in the highlands as well. More specifically, the glacier area out in the water is where you can find the frozen egg. The frozen egg itself does mimic the ice elemental mob, but these can also be found inside of the dungeon. The other two are going to be the spider and the quartz eggs. The spider replaces the spider nests and the quartz replace the quartz nodes. You can still find naturally occurring quartz and spiders, but they mimic how their counterpart plays. So to obtain the quartz, you will have to break it and then obtain it. In a similar fashion, the gold egg is going to be exactly the same. It will replace some of the gold nodes and you'll be able to obtain it that way when traveling into the second dungeon. Inside of the second dungeon, you'll also be able to obtain the cactus and the cheek egg. The cactus will spawn on top of the cactus plants, the very tall ones that usually have those red flowers on top of them. As for the other egg, it's going to be replacing the enemy that you can find roaming around, and it replaces it with a very silly egg body. It's a little bit frightening, but it's not that bad. You should be able to kill it and obtain the egg pretty easily. Now, this last egg that you're gonna have to obtain is the amethyst egg. This is probably one of the harder ones, as you're gonna have to go into the second dungeon and open a large amount of different chests. The natural way to find amethyst is by opening chests and getting it by chance. In similar fashion, you're gonna have to find this inside of chests. So I do recommend having a large quantity of keys. Now that you have all of the eggs, you can go back to where the bowls are, that one Easter shrine area where you got the basket, and you can put all of the eggs into their socket. Once this happens, you are completed with the egg event. Now, if you don't want any spoilers, then I encourage you to continue the Easter event. However, if you have gotten up to this area and you do need a little bit more help, I will be talking about the second part of the Easter event. But I do recommend going in blind. It's a little bit fun, it can be chaotic, but I understand if it's difficult and you need some help or you just want to get it over with. In the back of the room, you should notice a portal opening up. This is where you're going to have to go to retrieve your reward. Once you walk inside, you're going to be teleported to a special area. The back rooms! Congratulations, this is where the hard part begins. Now, before you go around running in the back rooms, I encourage you to look around where you spawn, because there is a special item that can be a little bit difficult to notice. It's difficult because it's a small item and it's on the floor. But it's a flashlight. This is a quest item and it is also player locked. So I would recommend keeping hold onto it as the back rooms really gets dark and your little lantern sadly isn't going to be too bright in this area. The back rooms itself is made up of 4 major sections. In these 4 sections are going to be scary eggs. These scary eggs are enemies that have 1250 HP, so they are going to be pretty difficult to kill. One of these eggs can spawn in each section, so there's 4 total in an entire server. They do respawn, so don't worry, but just make note if you're having trouble finding one, there are opportunities to still obtain them, fight them, and grind them if you do wish to. It is recommended to go with a group of friends so you can kill them easier, but it is possible to cheese them due to the layout of the area. I would recommend bringing a ranged weapon and food items for healing. These enemies do pack a punch and they can be pretty fast. So if you're in a wide open area, it's extremely dangerous when going up against these. Now, once you do kill one of these, it will drop 2 eggs. These eggs are the same, so don't worry about it. This is the egg that you need to put in the center podium in the shrine outside of the portal. Once you do this, you will unlock a sword. This is your first reward. If you do continue to grind and collect 7 more eggs, you will be able to collect a very special item. The special item is hidden away inside of the back rooms. This is the difficult part. The back rooms is incredibly large, so I am sorry to say I cannot help you with this. I'll be having some footage play right now of my pathing to find the shrine area, but the back rooms is so large that it's really difficult for even me to find. But once you do have those extra eggs, you're able to trade them for an even better sword. This is going to be a great sword. If you do want the stats, they'll be up on the screen, and they're pretty cool. I personally like the first sword that you are given. It has a cool special ability with the second attack. The other sword has a similar ability, but it's more of a great sword, so it swings a little bit slower. It's higher damage output, but I prefer basic swords. Either way, both of these items are very cool and pretty awesome to have. Additionally, these are player locked. At the beginning of this video, I did mention to be careful with the items in this event. If you do drop the special sword, it will go back into the back rooms. You will have to traverse it once again and re-obtain it. So make sure that you don't accidentally drop it. Just a heads up, all of the eggs can be used as vanity. So if you do want a few eggs as hats, maybe collect a few extra. But other than that, there's no major usage for these eggs after you complete this section. And that is it. That is all of the eggs and how to obtain them. I hope this video has helped. And if you need some more help, I have other videos covering other topics on Stasis and additional content on the game as well. But anyways, that's all from me, and I will see ya.